First Lady Michelle LaVaughn Robinson Obama is a lawyer, writer, and the wife of the 44th President, Barack Obama. She is the first African American First Lady of the United States. Through her four main initiatives, she became a role model for women and an advocate for healthier families, service members and their families, higher education, and international adolescent girls' education. After graduating law school in 1988, Michelle worked as an associate in the Chicago branch of the firm Sidley Austin in the area of marketing and intellectual property. In 1991, she left corporate law to pursue a career in public service, working as an assistant to the mayor, Richard Daley, and then as the assistant commissioner of planning and development for the city of Chicago. She continued to work part-time until shortly before her husband's inauguration as president. Barack Obama served as the 44th President of the United States. His story is the American story. Values from a middle class upbringing in a strong family, hard work and education as the means of getting ahead, and the conviction that a life so blessed should be lived in service to others. When Barack Obama was elected president in 2008, he became the first African American to hold the office. As an incoming president, Obama faced many challenges: an economic collapse, war in Iraq and Afghanistan, and the continuing menace of terrorism. Inaugurated before an estimated crowd of 1.8 million people, Obama proposed unprecedented federal spending to revive the economy. And during his first term, he signed three signature bills: an omnibus bill to stimulate the economy, legislation making healthcare more accessible and affordable, and legislation reforming the nation's financial institutions. Obama also pressed for a Fair Pay Act for women, financial reform legislation, and efforts for consumer protection. In 2009, Obama became the fourth president to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama met in 1889 while Barack was a summer associate at her law office. That summer, they went on their first date and tied the knot 3 years later in 1992. In 1998 and 2001, the couple became parents to daughters Malia and Natasha, Sasha Obama, respectively. They became the 44th President and First Lady of the United States when Barack won the 2008 presidential election. After spending 8 years in the White House, the Obama family moved back to Chicago, but still stay active in the political scene. In 2017, they celebrated their 25th year of marriage. We take the time to honor Barack Obama and Michelle Obama because they became the first Black family in the White House. In a world that does not accept them, unfortunately, they made history through hard work, dedication, and love.
Hi, I'm Zai. So today we're going to talk about Huey P. Newton and Angela Davis. So their early life: Huey P. Newton was born on February 17, 1942 in Louisiana, and Angela Davis was born on January 26, 1944 in Alabama. Now, Huey P. Newton was really close to his family. He had 7 siblings, and as he was growing up, he was struggling with his education. Even he took it really seriously, but he was still struggling. So when he graduated high school, people were saying that he was barely literate. So he became his own teacher and taught him how to read and write better. Now, Angela Davis grew up in a middle-class neighborhood named Dynamite Hill due to the number of African American homes that were being bombed by the KKK. And She knew a lot about racial prejudice from her experience, like when she formed interracial study groups and they always got broken up by police officers. Or also she knew some of the girls who were involved in the Birmingham church bombing of 1963. So, the Black Panther creator and creation, Newton and his partner Bobby Seale, another activist, founded the Black Panther Political Party for Self-Defense in 1966. The Black Panthers were more militant than most political groups, and their goals, entitled the 10-Point Program, was specific for bettering housing, jobs, and education for African Americans. They never failed to punctuate their message to the public with dramatic presentations, and Newton became a key figure in these movements. Just like in today's time, Black Panthers fought against police brutality in urban neighborhoods. The party would also go to arrests to watch for abuse, and one day in 1968, the party's treasurer, Bobby Hutton, was killed at one of these events, and he was just a teenage boy. The previous year, Newton was arrested for allegedly killing a police officer and later was convicted of voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 2 to 15 years in prison. The slogan, Free Huey, became so popular it helped his cause, and he was freed in 1970 because it was deemed that incorrect deliberation procedures had been implemented during the trial. So then in the 1970s, the party was disbanded because of factionism, which is when a small group of people and a big group of people have a disagreement. In this case, the big group of people was the FBI. And later on in the years, Newton faced many more charges, but to avoid prosecution, he fled to Cuba in 1974 and didn't come back to the United States for 4 years. 3 years, my bad. But now Angela Davis went to Brandeis University in Massachusetts and studied philosophy. Like Newton, she was a part of the Black Panther political party, but she spent most of her time with the Che Lumumba Club, which was an all-black branch of the Communist Party. She taught at the University of California, but because of her involvement with the Communist Party, she had a lot of problems with administration and she actually lost her job. She fought them in court and got her job back, but then in 1970, she just decided to leave again because something expired. So, outside of her educational status, she supported 3 men who were in prison: John W. Clutchett, Fleta Dramungo, and George Lester Jackson, formerly known as the Soledad Brothers, which, no relation, who were accused of killing a prison guard during a riot. At court, in 1970, an escape attempt was made, and several people in the courtroom died, and the first person that they had as a witness was Angela Davis, because number one, she was allegedly in love with the defendant Lester Jackson, and the guns were registered in her name. So she spent 18 months in prison and was acquitted in 1972. So Newton, when he returned back to the United States, he still had to deal with many legal issues, but he didn't let that stop him from earning his PhD in social philosophy in 1980. But things got harder for him because he suffered from alcohol and drug use, faced more prison time for weapon possession, had a lot of financial appropriation problems, and he violated his parole on multiple occasions. And unfortunately, on August 22nd, 1989, Huey Newton, the once popular revolutionary, died in the street from getting shot at the age of 47. Now, Angela Davis, after getting out of jail, she traveled around the world and started teaching again at the University of California until retiring in 2008. Since then, she's done lectures on women's rights and the racial, social, and criminal justice system, and how it worked back then compared to now, and showing that there really aren't many differences. And she was even a featured speaker at the Women's March in Washington, D.C. after Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017. Now, as we remember Angela Davis and Huey Newton, let's take a second to look back. There are many similarities from what they had to deal with and what we go through today. Newton was protesting against police brutality against the black community, and even today, years from now, we are still protesting for black freedom today in 2021. Davis got fired for being a part of a group she strongly believed in, and for defending who she believed was innocent. And it's sad about with the world that we live in that still hundreds of years later we still stand and fight for what we were promised was free for us. And as African Americans, most importantly as Black women, we need to understand that one thing, it's okay to believe in something and to stand up for what you believe in is right, no matter what anyone has to say, because you're your own person. But also we need to stay together. We need to learn how to stay together. We need to be one, because once the world sees that we are broken, they're going to use that to drive us apart and just result to hate and violence, and that's not how you solve anything. And we're all a part of one community, and we need to start acting like it. So thank you for listening.